Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. Well, yesterday I gave you my non-spoiler review for Avengers Infinity War, and I said I was thinking about doing a spoiler review because there's so much happening in that movie. You feel like you've got to talk about it or you're just going to burst, don't you think?
Yeah.
And we went to see it together, didn't we? On
Yes.
Sunday morning, nice early showing at the cinema, and it was very full, wasn't it, the cinema?
Mm-hmm.
And we've been to see pretty much every Marvel movie over the last few years together, haven't we? We always go and see the superhero movies together, don't we? Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah. And I think, for me personally, and I've had a day to think about it now, I think this is arguably my favourite Marvel movie. I've really struggled to find anything to be too critical about it, and I had an absolute blast watching it. What did you think about the film?
I still think that Civil War is my favourite, but I did really like it.
Yeah.
Half the people in the cinema were crying by the end, though.
There was some because there were some younger kids, and there were some tears in the cinema, wasn't there? And we didn't cry, did we? No, we didn't. But what I thought we'd do, we will go through a spoiler review, and we'll kind of talk through the movie from where it starts, where it gets, and we'll just talk freely about it. Yeah. So be aware, guys. This is completely full of spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, stop watching now. So the movie opens pretty much where Thor Ragnarok ended. Do you remember that spaceship
On the ship, yeah.
with Thanos going up to Thor's ship, and he's decimated Thor's ship, and he looks like he's killed.
It starts with like Thanos having Loki and Thor captured, and they murdered everyone from the survivors from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Just they're all dead.
And Hulk gets absolutely battered by Thanos, doesn't he? Because there's a scene where Loki says to Thanos, "We have a Hulk," which is a throwback to what was said to him in Avengers by Tony Stark. And then Hulk attacks Thanos, and you think, "Oh, it's game on." But he gets absolutely battered by Thanos, doesn't he?
And throughout the entire movie, Hulk doesn't appear once. There's literally a scene where Bruce Banner is trying to turn into the Hulk, and his face turns into the Hulk's face, and he shouts, "No!"
Yeah, Hulk. And we've talked about. I think it's probably because he got battered at the beginning of the movie, and you don't want to come out anymore, Hulk. Yeah. So that's a slight disappointment, I suppose. You only really see Hulk at the beginning. You don't see him again for the rest of the movie.
Except for a couple of face things.
Yeah, because he just refuses to change into the Hulk. He won't do it anymore, Hulk. So that might be a disappointment to some. I thought it was okay. So basically, and then they sneak Hulk back to Earth. Thanos gets the Tesseract from Loki.
Yeah.
You think Loki's going to join Thanos, but he doesn't. But he dies quite heroically at the hands of Thanos, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Much to Thor's
His neck
dismay.
snapped.
He snaps his neck. And then he's off. And you're not sure what happens to Thor at that point in the movie.
We thought he was dead.
Yeah, we did. And then I think the next bit is it follows Hulk and as he crash lands to Earth, and he crashes through Doctor Strange's apartment. You know that big place he's in.
It's not an apartment.
Well, you know what it is. He crashes straight through the stairs, doesn't he? And he basically says Thanos is coming. So everyone's on red alert. They bring Tony Stark in, and before they can basically finish the discussion, because Thanos sends his cronies to Earth.
They're about to ring Steve Rogers, Captain
Yeah.
America, for help, which Tony's not too happy about.
Yeah, after Civil War. And before they can even finish the discussion, the cronies from... What got me about that is you would think that Thanos would have learned his lesson, because he sent Loki in Avengers, didn't he? He keeps sending all his cronies to Earth to get the Infinity Stones, and they all keep failing him. But he still sends his cronies to Earth.
These were different though.
They were powerful.
They did absolutely smash everyone they came up against until they all teamed up on them.
Pretty much, but still you think you would have learned his lesson. But no. He sends his cronies, his lieutenants to Earth to get the two stones on Earth, and he goes off to get the other stones, doesn't he, Thanos?
And the Guardians come in.
Yeah. So there's like a huge battle on Earth with Iron Man and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
I'm just looking at that photo. Hulk's in that.
I know. Yeah, I was when I put that up. Yeah, I think that's the picture they posted, but Hulk wasn't in it, was he?
He'd be Hulkbuster.
But there's also a scene later on where you see Thor pulling that thing, opening that eye, and in the picture you'll see here it's got his eye patch where he didn't have it in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there we are. So there's a huge battle on Earth, And basically it ends up with Tony Stark, Doctor Strange and Iron Man getting on one of the bad guys' ships.
Tony Stark is Iron Man. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, sorry, yeah. Going off to Titan. And they've got to try and get...
Oh,
go on.
The Guardians as well. Gamora remembers from when she was a child about how Thanos was raised on Titan. And she told the Guardians that Thanos was presumably going to be there.
Kind of, but we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves there. So after this huge battle on Earth, and they go and try and save Doctor Strange, Iron Man and Spider-Man, the Guardians then appear in the movie, and they hear this distress call that they're going to go to, and it's actually Thor's ship. And they get there, and it's mass destruction, and they save Thor. And I thought this was really funny, this part of the movie, when they've got Thor on that table. And they're all making fun out of Quill because they say he's put on weight and stuff, and they're all admiring how manly and chiseled Thor is.
And Gamora's feeling his muscles, and he says his muscles feel like carbon fibre.
Yeah, and Quill says, "Don't massage his muscles, please." So brilliant again. The Guardians were really, really fun in this movie. I've heard some complaints that they've turned what's Dave Bautista's character called? Drax. Into like the comedy sidekick, but this isn't the movie to try and develop characters anymore. They don't get enough screen time, so I was okay with it.
He's like that big muscular guy that always kind of derpy in their head, that kind of character.
But I think fans are complaining that they're just turning him into a comedy sidekick now.
He's not.
I don't think so. I quite like it, and that scene where he stood watching Gamora and Quill kiss. And he's just stood eating nuts watching them. It's funny, isn't it?
He says, "I'm sure I'm invisible." And, then Mantis comes out and goes, "Hi, Drax." And he goes, "Damn it."
Yeah. So we've got the Guardians then, and then they wake Thor up, and then they split up. Thor needs to head off to, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, the place to get a new weapon made for him that he wants to, so he can go back and destroy Thanos. And the Guardians go to nowhere to try and track down the stone. But basically they get tricked by Thanos, and he ends up abducting Gamora.
That's what I mean. Nowhere, not Titan. That's later on.
Yeah.
I mean nowhere.
They go nowhere, where the Collector is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he tricks them all because he's got the Reality Stone now. So he tricks them all into thinking they've killed Thanos.
He got the Reality Stone from Loki's thing.
Yes. So after that then, we kind of get to the point now where Steve Rogers comes on board with the Avengers, and there's an awkward scene.
With a sick new beard.
Yeah, with William Hurt, who still accuses him of being a criminal.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you just think, oh, leave it alone, will you? So Captain America's back, all the Avengers are back, and they basically head to Wakanda because they know that they're after Vision Stone. And there's a scene in
Scotland.
Yeah, there's a scene earlier on with Vision in Scotland.
Scarlet and Vision are in love.
Yeah, and there's a really good battle in Scotland, and he gets saved by Captain America.
And they're like 20 years apart. But
doesn't matter. Age isn't a factor. When you're in love, you're in love. So they all head to the Wakanda with the plan to keep Vision safe, to try and get the stone out of his head. And when it's out, Scarlet Witch can destroy it. And then, so there's a massive battle at Wakanda, isn't there? Huge battle at Wakanda. And also then they set a trap for Thanos on Titan, don't they?
Oh yeah.
But also there's I think the biggest shock for me is when, is it the Soul Stone that Thanos
they had to go get
for?
the Soul Stone.
And we see Red Skull turn up, which was a curveball for me.
He's the defender.
He's like the guardian of the Soul Stone, strangely, but he is.
There has to be a sacrifice, and at this point, because they failed at nowhere. Oh, we didn't mention that. Basically, Thanos was expecting the Guardians to show up, and he took Gamora, and Gamora asked Star-Lord to promise that if Thanos gets her, he'll kill her. Yeah. And basically, he doesn't kill her because he has a Reality Stone. He turns his gun into bubbles when he fires it.
Yeah. So he's basically told his Thanos that he has to sacrifice someone he loves to get the Soul Stone. I think it's the Soul Stone. And Gamora's kind of mocking him, saying, "You don't love anything." And you can see he's actually crying, Thanos, which I thought was brilliant. I thought they wrote Thanos brilliantly, because you could see he was actually going through a lot of pain. And the truth was, he actually loved Gamora and sacrifices her to get the Soul Stone, which was a real surprise.
But murders her.
Yeah.
It's not a sacrifice.
Let's do it romantically. He sacrifices Gamora to get the Soul Stone. So he's got all the stones now, apart from Doctor Strange's and Vision's. So he heads to Titan now, thinking he's gonna easily get Doctor Strange's, but they lay a trap for him. Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and at this point, the rest of the Guardians have met up with Tony.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they meet on the.
No, they meet on Titan, because they crash land on Titan, don't they? Tony Stark and stuff, and there's a little mini battle between the Guardians and Iron Man and stuff, and then they realise they're all after the same thing.
When the battle kind of starts, it switches back to Thor getting his hammer on and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember the character's name, but there's like a massive dwarf, the guy from Game of Thrones thing.
He gets a new weapon forged. There's a big battle on Titan.
He almost dies. He has to hold up in the eye so that a star can light the forge.
Yeah. So there's a massive battle on Titan. They almost beat Thanos.
And
then when Peter Quill realises that he killed Gamora, he loses it and
starts whacking him. And they're literally about to get the glove off, and he wakes up and kills everyone. He don't kill them.
So they lose. Tony Stark gets pretty much mortally wounded, and you think he's had it at this point.
But he has a magic gun that heals anything.
And then Doctor Strange says, "No, if you spare him, I'll give you the stone."
Don't know why. He said earlier he'd take the stone over the kid or him.
Yeah. Well, it goes to show that he's changed his mind. He likes him now. So he gives up the stone, and so he only has one stone to go now. And at this point, he then heads.
2 more.
No, his last one. He's got
the Soul Stone. Never mind.
Yeah. He has to basically now just go to Earth and pick up the last stone in Vision, right in the middle of this huge battle. This huge battle that's going on.
And the girl from Black Panther, like the techie girl, she's in the middle of lasering out a Vision's head so Scarlet Witch can destroy it. And the barrier stopping anything from getting into Wakanda, the aliens are starting to crawl through, but there's only about 20 of them getting through every minute or so, and they're taking care of them easily. And then they start circling round, and then they realise there's nothing stopping them from getting to Vision, so they open the front barrier, which is basically suicide.
It was a massive battle. Bruce Banner is in the Hulkbuster, because Hulk still is refusing to come out and play. I felt sure that at one point Hulk was going to burst out of the Hulkbuster, didn't you?
Yeah, but then
I was so hoping for that, and he wouldn't. That's the only mild disappointment for me, is that Hulk didn't do that.
I look high, but I just need to sneeze.
You look high? What? Yeah, I guess that's what we do with our 12-year-old son. Let him get high.
Shut up.
So that's it, basically. Some people might feel let down that there weren't deaths that were kind of expected. I mean, the big surprise was Gamora.
No.
Loki didn't surprise me.
Let's talk about how it ended, though.
Well, yeah.
Thanos won.
He got the last
the Vision Stone. He
clicked his fingers.
Oh, yeah. Thor, he joins the battle on Wakanda in the most epic thing you've ever seen with a hammer. Oh yeah, Groot uses his arm to handle because they need to go find the handle.
When Thor turned up on Earth, I was proper buzzing.
Yeah, I was shaking like that.
Because he looked really badass. He was really up for this, was Thor. A massive battle. Thanos wins, clicks his fingers, and then half the population start disappearing.
Thor comes down on Thanos after getting the stone. Oh yeah, he fails to get Vision Stone, and Scarlet Witch manages to destroy it. But oh no, he's got the Time Stone. He reverses time and gets it anyway. Yeah. So Vision's dead.
We're gonna have to finish in a minute because this is gonna time out. Okay.
All right, I'll speed up then.
What's your score out of 10 quickly?
Score out of 10.
Quickly.
I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay, I'll still stick to my 9.4 out of 10, guys. So. That's it. Avengers Infinity War, I think a film that completely met my expectations. Did it you? Normally you can feel some level of disappointment with these movies. The hype is so big, and we've had to wait 10 years for this movie, 10 years of Marvel movies, and I thought they absolutely delivered. And the end credit scene, I didn't understand what it meant at first, because an end credit scene with Nick Fury, who sends a message to someone, we weren't sure who it was.
And he turns to ash.
Yeah. And when I've looked it up, it's Captain Marvel, so Captain Marvel's going to have a huge part in the second one.
It's like Captain America, but like full of stars and stuff.
Well,
and you can fly.
They'll know Captain Marvel is, won't they? I'm not. I know of Captain Marvel, but I don't know deeply about Captain Marvel. But she's going to have a big part in the second one. It's clear.
Just a quick rundown of everyone who died. Spider-Man turned to ash. These are all the people that turned to ash. Everyone
pretty much.
Bucky, Spider-Man,
Scarlet
Black
Witch.
Panther.
Black Widow, did she?
Yeah, no, she didn't.
There were loads turned to ash, but you don't really feel as though they're actually dead.
Oh yeah,
because
all the Guardians turned to ash except for Rocket, including Groot and stuff turned to ash.
So they're not. I don't feel as though they're truly dead.
That's why I didn't cry. That's the only reason I didn't cry, because they're not really dead.
And everybody just assumed that Iron Man was going to die in this movie. Well, no, he didn't.
Thank God.
I didn't want him to die.
I bet 50p would die.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Our full-on spoiler review. We've literally gone from needle to thread almost there, even though we've probably missed some bits out. But yeah, fantastic movie. Really, really enjoyed it. Very mild disappointments here, but I suppose it depends on, what you were expecting. And if, mild disappointment for me is, they didn't pull the trigger on some of the characters I were expecting. And I wanted a bit more Hulk, but we didn't get that. But other than that, fantastic movie. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.